What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another commentary. My name is Javen. Today we're looking at some pretty ugly portals. Definitely not some favorites here. I'm actually going for Unit Accelerator. It's always a pretty weird one. I think it actually... I feel like you'd intuitively say it benefits like melee comps more. Melee carries, Ribbon, Yone, that kind of vibe. That's a move around fast to get a bit of bonus attack speed. But I think it just kind of benefits every comp. You'd imagine not all of them are created equal, but, you know, not really sure, honestly, which I don't know the experience of this one. It's actually kind of an uncommon one. I think actually I saw more dog put out a tweet, and this might be the least picked portal in the game. It's either the least picked or the second least picked. I think it was this one in Training Dummy. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and grab the Big Shot Corky. Obviously, a premier early game chosen headliner. Sorry. If you see this one, you almost want to grab it. I'm playing the Gragas as well. Looking for a nice Bruiser frontline, tier, and sword. So looking at maybe trying to angle out blue buff here. Could be an RE game with this kind of opening. Got an early Jax as well, just holding on to it. You know, I think if you get something like a Jax, a Yone, a Riven, it's nice to just hang on to it if you can. You know, if you can't make 10 early, nice to just hang on to it in case, you know, in case the opportunity presents itself, you know. Maybe I get a bunch of Jax items. Maybe I got like a natural JG. I get Idealism as my augment. In a pretty good spot already. I think I rod here as well. Yeah, I think we talked about this in another video. It's like the RE starter package. Look at Augments here. We had insert coin there. Gonna reroll that into return on investment. Big gains gonna reroll into not today. All pretty bad options, honestly. I think insert coin is kind of iffy. We got Three's Company in the middle here. I think Three's Company is always just a pretty safe choice to get. You know, if you have it available. Gonna get we actually get set Yone here, so that's pretty much exactly. Honestly, every time you pick Three's Company, I think I always want to see those two. I don't know if there's anything else you really want to hit other than the double heart steal. So yeah, I was gonna play the set here, the upgraded Tom. Not gonna level here. Don't know if I'm really looking to win streak. I lied. I'm gonna level here. I'm looking to win streak. I thought I wasn't gonna level, you know. Turns out I forgot myself what happened. Just gonna play the Jax here. Get that mushroom. Probably going to slam the Gunblade here, because obviously we're looking to win. Don't have a great item to slam. Shojin, not very good in this meta. Pretty much only good on TF. So you rarely want to slam the Shojin. But going to go ahead and slam the Gunblade. We got tier Gunblade here. Kind of an RE angle. Can always play a Jin as well. Actually, these are pretty good Jin items, assuming you get the blue buff. It's always another out if you do have the Gunblade. Jin definitely doesn't mind having some sting, because it's such high single target damage. We're going to go against a level 3 player here, so pretty easy first round. Does have sleight of hand, actually. Very, very good early game augment, but... didn't really have much of a board. Didn't opt to level. But yeah, we're already making 10. We're level 4. So Three's Company is kind of nice. It really doesn't provide much value past the early game, obviously. So it's pretty much a dead slot. Pure eco augment. So you also have to consider that late game when you're like capping out the game. You're going to be down in combat stats compared to having other augments. But it does open you up some nice 3 costs in the early game, which can definitely help out. Building you some early game power. I like playing this set Bruiser duo. Get a Jax pair here. I think I'm still kind of... this is technically, you know, I could look at Jax, maybe. You can play Jax with Gunblade. So if I do an actual, like, an EDM Jax or something, definitely nice to keep the line open. But the tier is kind of dead already because I did make Gunblade. Obviously, you don't want to make Gunblade plus Hand of Justice on the Jax. And Hand of Justice, Jeweled Gauntlet is generally his BIS 2. We're playing another round here. Yeah, unfortunately, playing the Jax is kind of a weak unit, so we have a very, very close loss here. It is a 1 HP loss. Fortunately, at least we did start with the economy augment in 3's a crowd, so it's not too bad to take a loss here, because I'm already kind of making good gold intervals. Not sure if I had a better unit to play over the Jax at the last shop. We've got the Bard here. Bard's just a pretty nice standard unit. You know, it's just decent unit quality. Gonna sell out of the Jax. I'm gonna hold this Bard pair, make 20. Could go for the pre-level here if I wanted to hold on to the Jax angle. But as you can see, I already got my headliner showing up here. So it's not like I'm pre-leveling for that headliner odds. Can't get like basically the confirmed 2-star. Seeing the headliner Lydia, but obviously, you know, doesn't make any sense on my board. I definitely want to transition to a backline headliner. If this is like a Seraphine or something, I'd probably pick it up. But the Lilia, not so much. And then we're going to get players level to level 5. So I'm going to take the loss here, but to be honest, considering we lost the last round, it's not even that big a deal. 2 lose. We're pretty fine getting a 2 streak here. Definitely been in worse positions, for sure. Come on to the carousel. We're actually getting second pick as well, which is pretty good. Not upset about that at all. Looking for this Echo with Tier, obviously, we can complete our blue buff. And definitely looking for that Ari line if possible. I'm going to snag the blue, snag the Tier. Get that blue buff completed. Might be better here to wait. We'll see what I do. I don't remember. I might just slam it to save HP, because honestly, my board isn't that strong. Scouting around a bit. Seeing what's going on. 3 is a crowd plus hard seal opening. Juicy. Probably got that Yone off it. Got 2 sentinels here as well. Could hold on to those to keep that kind of RA line open, but might want to make 30 here. I think I'm debating whether I wanted to sell the Bard or I wanted to sell the Echo. Drop the Bard pair. I'm actually just going to play the Echo as a unit. I think Bard is still probably stronger. But yeah, I think I wanted to hold the Cassante as well. That's what I opted to do this instead. I could just sell out the Bard pair entirely. Pick up the Cassante. Board isn't that strong. Yeah, waiting to see here if it's worth slamming the blue buff. And yeah, obviously, ideally, we'd prefer to go for a 4 loss here at this point. But my opponent here has slammed literally nothing. So, yeah, even though my board isn't that strong, it's probably just too high in terms of unit quality. We do have that Gunblade. Yeah, Yone, Riven, not really great units without Edgelord in and some items. So, unfortunately, we're going to take a win here. But 3's a crowd, eco start, you know, or that kind of economy start is kind of keeping us in a decent position. Normally, this would look a lot worse because I'd probably be at like, I'd be making 10 here, but I'm actually making 30, so it doesn't feel that bad at all. Could have played the Senna over the Corki maybe, but Corki 2 versus Senna 1. It is going to get that true damage buff with the Echo, but Corki 2 is probably still stronger with the big shot. And I'm just going to slam the blue buff here. I think actually, technically, I should wait for the fight to start and then slam the blue buff, which would give my unit more immediate starting mana. Little trick there for you. But yeah, I'm just going to slam it here, because obviously you want to try and win this last round, get a 2-streak, and yeah, we are going to face another opponent who hasn't slammed anything. Very, very common in the early game now. You just see half the lobby, completely open fort, playing hard steel, not doing anything, you know. It works. Fortunately, didn't find that hard steel ourselves. I could have held on to the Yone from before, but yeah, I wanted to make 10 in level a while ago, so I ended up not holding the Yone that we got from 3's company. And yeah, we're going to go to Krugs, level 5, 50 gold. So it's definitely a pretty good spot, economy-wise. Not mad about it at all. I'll hold this Annie. It's Annie, you know. If you have excess gold, you spend the excess gold. That's my mantra. I just see a Gragas 2 here. I was like, do I buy a Gragas 2? I feel like I probably should have bought it. I think I ended up not buying it, if I remember correctly. The problem is, I'm basically just trading out Tom 2 for Gragas 2, probably, right? So it doesn't feel like it's like a huge upgrade. It's definitely a better unit, but it's like, you know, pay 1 gold for it. I won't make 50 now necessarily. I think I was thinking like, should I wait and see if I get enough gold to buy this Gragas? Because I guess it could have been an easy +1. So we'll see if I end up getting the gold and then what I choose to do with that. There's 3, 5. We sold the Cassante. Hold the Kaisa for now. Yeah, so we didn't get enough gold for it. I think if I made 6 gold, I probably would have bought it for sure. Pentakill Kale headliner here. Not really ideal. Don't have the Mordekaiser. Don't have any Edgelords. I think Kale's not too bad as a headliner, but you really need the supporting cast. And yeah, we did get an Infinity Edge dropped here from the Krug, so I just have to slam the Infinity Edge. Just to kind of preserve more health. Gonna go ahead and level up. Try and keep this 2 streak going. Just gonna play the Kaisa for a bit more backline damage. Obviously, my team is very frontline heavy, so don't need to add any more frontline. I'm just gonna go ahead and play the Kaisa. Probably should be Cassante over Lilia. I feel like Cassante is a little bit of a better unit, but you know. We're coming up against a Jax here. Fortunately, he has no healing yet, but he does have the combat caster and Jax 2 and the GG. Yeah, I think I checked here because I was like, this Jax isn't casting very often. Is this Mosha Jax? And it is Mosha, so that does definitely make it a lot weaker. And yeah, we actually have a really strong 3-item Corki setup here. So I like slamming the IE a lot as well for that reason. Even though we already have the Gunblade down. Like I said, we can angle for a Jhin. You can play an Ezreal with these items. It's not ideal. It's not BIS, but to be honest, I think as you get more into the game, you find that BIS is kind of hard to achieve. It's more of a dream. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So I would say we got Magic Wand, Support Cache, and Jeweled Lotus 2. Jeweled 2, great augment, pretty much generically very strong. So my first instinct is think, hey, Jewel's pretty good here. Don't really want to grab Support Cache now. It's a bit late for a support item, but it's definitely not terrible, you know, if I didn't have any better options. And Magic Wand doesn't really fit my comp at all right now. Gonna find Inspiring, Epitaph, and Too Big to Fail here. And actually, so this is kind of one reason I wanted to highlight this gameplay is actually we're going to take Too Big to Fail here. This is actually a really, really sleeper open. on this patch, I think. Not many people know. It's even little buddies here, but I think I'm still going to take Too Big to Fail because it's actually got like an insanely good average. I think it's 4.2 no matter when you take it in the game. Now, what do you want to do with Too Big to Fail? You want to play a lot of bruisers, obviously. So you definitely want to angle for a 6 bruiser board. It involves either playing all 6 or getting a bruiser headliner Zac, which I think is probably the easier way to do it. I think you'd rather play like an EDM or a bruiser Zac headliner, which will enable you to kind of play a stronger backline. And I play, yeah, I play 3 bruiser, 2 sentinel. It's probably a bit stronger than 4 bruiser. I'm not sure though. I think with Too Big to Fail, it's definitely arguable. I should have just played 4 bruiser. Maybe I'll change it up in a future round. Come on, against an edgelord player here. Got the chosen edgelord Yasuo, I think. Oh no, there's just 3 edgelords. And yeah, we got the capricious gloves, capricious forge. So yeah, this I got high rolled some snipers and hull crusher, hull breaker. Hull breaker really gonna deserve. I think it's hull crusher and EFT. Not gonna hold the echo pair here. Gonna opt to make 50 instead. Because we're probably transitioning out of it. Yeah, I think I should have played 4 bruiser last turn. Could keep the Garen in for 8-bit, but 4 bruiser equals 4 bruiser. So maybe a mistake for me. I'm not sure it was the difference maker. It could have been. You know, you get a lot of health and a lot of damage actually from Too Big to Fail. So if you're not familiar with the Augment, yeah, it makes your bruisers explode when they die. It steals 40% of their max HP to surrounding targets. And if you get to 6 bruiser and you get some health items, it's actually a lot of HP. I've seen this Augment do do really well in a lot of my games, and I almost feel like it's kind of one of those must-pick Augments. Like if you see it, it actually, you know, is really, really good. It's averaging really, really high. Wow, this is a rough fight. Oh, nice. Corki managed to pick off 2 more at the end there. So what am I thinking with this Augment? Obviously, you're going to want to play 6 bruisers. 6 bruiser is actually really good with... it's almost better, I think, for stalling than something like 6 Sentinel can be. Obviously, Aris is really good synergy with Sentinel. She gets Spellweaver from Echo. Lily is a KDA. But I think if there wasn't that much synergy, you'd probably want to play 6 bruiser instead. So I'm definitely thinking, you know, playing a big stall comp. What's the best back lineup for that? Jhin, with my items especially. Already got the IE, already got, like I said, these are already great Jhin items to angle. Could definitely play an Ahri. I mean, obviously Gragas is a Spellweaver as well, so if we had an Ahri chosen, definitely acceptable. Headliner. And yeah, we got really good economy here. Just gonna go ahead and level up. Not too worried about getting dramatically stronger. Got quite a lot of health to play with here. 74, so just gonna keep making 50. Gonna go ahead and play for that level 8 board spike. That's what we're aiming for. Definitely hoping to see, with this kind of setup, an early Alawi would be really, really, really good. And then yeah, looking for that Jhin. Obviously Ezreal functional. Blue buff is just a really great item to have. And yeah, these items even work on Ahri. Like obviously we don't have attack speed, but Ahri is perfectly serviceable. If we roll for our headliner and we find headliner Ahri, I'll definitely look to pick it up, even if just for a few turns. Probably play it until the end of stage 4. I'd love to try and get into something that plays a bit better with IE, but especially in stage 4, a lot of stage 4 boards are actually a lot weaker than they seem, because most people have like 2, 3 upgraded units. Everyone tries to pivot their board into these big 4-cost boards. All the rerollers haven't hit yet. Finding early Zac here, that's pretty great. Now look at these health bars. These are all 1-star units, by the way. Also, I imagine I picked up that Gragas earlier. Should have picked it up Gragas in case I got too big to fail. It was an absolute critical mistake on my own. Very foolish. But yeah, look at the size of these health bars. These are all like 1-star units. We've only got the Tom upgraded for now. Oh yeah, I got the Misfortune chosen in the shop here. Headliner. I'll go ahead and pick that up. Just a raw upgrade, really, is it? Corki versus Misfortune, you know? They both use... I think... Actually, doesn't Misfortune... I think Misfortune has a slightly lower mana pool. She probably uses blue buff a little bit better than Corki does. Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's just a clear upgrade. We want to keep a backline headliner here. It's just a better unit than Corki. So I'll pick it up, play it for 1-2 rounds. No issues there. See what I do here. I think from this spot, it's very reasonable to 4-1 it probably. If I want to just open sell the MF, play another MF, and then just level on 4-1 and roll down. I could also play it safe, go for the 4-2. Obviously, one of my premier headliners is hitting that Bruiser Zac, like I said, so Not too worried about the pool getting pinched that much, but I think it was probably reasonable, maybe even correct to do one hit. We actually get a spat. Oh man, what do you do with a spat in this comp? It's probably exactly what I thought to myself at the time, and I still think now. What the heck do you do with the spat here, man? It's crazy. So got our items, 2 gloves. Crown Guard, a belt. Crown Guard actually very good at this composition, to be honest, because obviously Crown Guard's shield skills have max HP, so very good for that reason. Just gonna go ahead and itemize the Zac. It's pretty much our strongest bruiser. But now, could itemize Garen with the intention of selling it later for Alawi. But it's a Garen 1, and he's not benefiting from any of my traits right now. He's pretty much just there for fun at this point, actually. So it doesn't really feel like it's worth like putting my items on him. I may as well just put them on no one, right? Like it's just like whatever. You see this MF actually doing some pretty good work. We're fighting the Jax player again. Did not hit yet, and yeah, MF able to hold the line there pretty well, especially with the Gunblade. I feel like the Gunblade did a lot of work at that in that fight there. End up TGing the Kai'Sa. Could TG frontline, but I think I just want to get more damage now. My frontline is really strong with this 4 bruiser trait. Oh, apologies. Let's see what we got here for augments. I always forget to pause. So we got Logness and Pals. You have my bow, Gifts from the Fallen. Obviously LDP, pretty tricky to use at this set. If there's any KDA or Kali players in the lobby, you get instantly punished because you have to obviously max distance your carries. So you end up like instantly losing. I think it could be reasonable with this comp. Because I could maybe like do that weird like triangle formation where like you have like your strongest bruiser in the top left and then you have the rest of them coming around, and then you could like do carry and bruiser, and they'd share the armor and MR, of course, which is very effective for such high HP targets. But I think generally gifts is what I'm looking at here as my main option. You have my bow, not too much synergy, and we get best friends too, a big grab bag, so just an obvious gifts pick. So I'm gonna go ahead and level here, 50 gold. Should be able to hit something good. Hopefully. Although I did level on 4 too. You already know it's over. Gonna find the Ziggs here. And is he an 8-bit Caitlyn chosen? And yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and sell it. I think I thought about buying it. Honestly, I think it was reasonable. Just run like Gunblade. I can put the blue buff on the Ziggs. Run like a Gunblade. i.e. Gunblade or Caitlyn. Put the blue buff on the Ziggs. I guess I didn't have rapid fire, so I would have had to roll more anyway. But I ended up selling it anyway. And we're going to find a Heartsteel Ezreal chosen. That's way better for our current board. And we also found an Alawi. So we found that early Alawi. Find a Heartsteel Ezreal chosen. Yeah, this is probably stable all the way to just go straight for 9, honestly, at this point. Like, it's already a really great board. Getting huge value out of too big to fail now at this point. If you pay attention to the bruises sometimes, they'll just die and then they'll just one-tap things next to them. It'll be very, very funny to see. Positioning's a little awkward. You got too many melee units, so we're just going to put Olaf in the back. And then, yeah, look at this gifts value as well. Obviously, 3% armor MR on such high HP targets. Every time one of them dies, is like so much value, like so much effective health. I'm also getting that nice Heartsteel in for stage 4. You love to see it. On a nice 4 streak here. I end up TGing the Alawi. At this point, it's probably just better to get TG value on frontline, I figured. Zac 2 already gone. You hate to see it. I think it was another Zac 2, wasn't it? Why is everybody playing Zac? Hello, I'm the Bruiser guy. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, you can see this Gunblade is definitely fine on the Ezreal, and it gets a lot of value on this comp. But the late game plan, obviously, is still to go for Jhin. I'm playing the Ezreal for now, but I'm thinking, like, you know, this is my plan for now. This board is stable, but I want to get to level 9. I want to try and roll for that Jhin instead, because Jhin is going to benefit way more from this long-lasting frontline. Ezreal, baby. Than Ezreal is long-term. Jeez. Yeah, gotta pick up another fight win here. Like I said, this board's super stable. I got really lucky finding the Alawi for sure. Gonna give us that 6 bruiser spike. And then, yeah, now I just have this really strong front line and then a solid back line with the Ezreal plus MF. And we're just going to stabilize really easily. And we have so much extra damage, so much invisible damage coming from this too big to fail. Kind of hard to track. But when it hits, man. What are we looking for here? We're still got the open spat, but not really a great spat to make. I guess I can make Heartsteel. I did have Heartsteel spat already. I think I was thinking about trying to get 5 Heartsteel in at first. And then I found the Alawi and I was like, well, you know, we could just play 6 Bruiser. That's fine. But now, you know, kind of puts it in a weird position. Gonna grab the cloak kit. Obviously still need some shred, so we're gonna get the even shroud. Go ahead and throw that on. Definitely looking to play more towards AD this game, given that we have the Infinity Edge. So Still got the open spat, but, you know, it'll probably be a fawn or something at some point. Who knows, you know? Yeah, it's actually one of those situations, like, I swear this always happens. I'm sure you guys have the same experience, because, you know, we all live in a world of confirmation bias, but every time I get a spat, I don't need it. And every time I'm like, wow, I could win the game if I get a spat here. Never seen it in my life. I'm only guaranteed to get spats when they're completely useless. I guess we can make a jazz spat. That's probably, I think I was thinking the same thing at the time. I was like, hey, jazz spat's probably the best I could do. Wow, see that Ezreal, dude? I don't know why Ezreal's so buggy, where he fires the blast afterwards. Yeah, just what's these bruises when they die? There's 300 damage just from set dying, did 300 damage to everyone. And you see, there's just so much time made for this Ezreal. And we're even against the KDA Akali here. My Ezreal's not positioned that great, but with the combination of the Gunblade and just how much time these bruises are wasting. My god. It's just crazy. Find a Kiana here. Maybe we can fit that in at 9. I don't know. Not really. We don't really need any more frontline is the issue. I'm holding this Bard here to get that Jazz in straight away as a level 9 spike. Already got the Gragas 2. Don't need to hold that, obviously. And yeah, look, we've only got Gragas 2 and Tom 2 here, but it looks like my whole board is upgraded, right? Like, it's just everything is so tanky. 90% max HP bonus. And obviously this is going to scale so much more. Like, my board is nowhere near at its cap right now, but it's definitely more than stable. Actually finding a Philios 3 here. This is a weird board, but it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of Heartsteel value. It's got an Obsidian Cleaver. I don't know what to do with that support item. I think it is good, but I don't know where you put it. Anyway, Ezreal's going to schmorf it down. Gonna take another win here. 7 streak. Get a nice Heartsteel cash out. We won all of stage 4, right? Yeah, we're in a pretty great spot. So yeah, at this point, we're just going to tempo. Get up to 9. Probably level even next turn if I wanted, but I imagine I'll wait for 5-2. See what happens. Nice Alawi items. Spark Morello. Not bad. We don't have any anti-heal actually, something to keep in mind. Let's see what we get here. Tear. Bow. We've got a Nash's. We've got a Tear. Could make a blue buff. Could make a red buff. Red buff Redemption. Definitely not a bad choice. Could even go for Warmogs. Just to maximize that heal out or that health output. Look at that health bar on that Zac. You see how much it went up just from finishing the Warmogs? The exponential value is crazy. I think Redemption red buff is probably the way to go in hindsight, but hey. Redemption has a lot of value on this board as well, because it's almost certainly going to apply to most of the units. And then at that point, you know, they get so much damage reduction, so much healing. Oh, what's this, Zac? Oh, 649 on the Caitlyn? Oh, well, we still lost. Well, that's true damage for you. But I will say this board actually has a much better matchup with the true damage than most of them, because what true damage does it actually do is kill high HP targets super effectively. It pierces through resistances, but it's not killing those high HP targets that fast, actually. We're going to find the Olaf 2 here. Huge. Bard 2. Really want to try and hit the Zac. Zac 2 is obviously a really big spike from our current spot. We've got MF pair here as well. Holding another Ezreal in case I find like a Jhin or something I want to pivot out. And then yeah, there's Zac 2 and Set 2. So that's beautiful shop. Honestly, we're probably pretty done rolling at 9 at this point, unless I really want to try and find a Jhin. But I think we're fine to play this Ezreal until we're confident we can hit the Jhin. And that would obviously take level 10. Look at this Zac's health bar, man. Can we get a right click on that? Jabin of the past. Maybe I did right click it and I didn't see. Fighting against the Jhin here. My own worst enemy is me. Let's see if Zac dies here on the backline. No, he didn't quite. I want to see how much damage he would do. I think he should be doing... Man, it should be upwards of like 2,000, I think. I think he has about 6,000 health. And too big to fail is 40% health, right? So he should be doing almost 2,500 damage. 2.4k. I think it's a little bit less than that, because I think he's just under 6k if I remember correctly. I don't know if I did click it and I missed it, or if I didn't click it. I don't know. Yeah, still got these dead items here. I was thinking, like, I guess I meant to slam Shiv. I probably should have done it sooner. I think I make Shiv on Bard. Yeah, I was like, whatever. Like, what am I going to do? Make Emo Spat? 8-bit Spat? Like, these aren't very real. Finding the Aphelios 3 board here again. Just want to see this Zac die, man. Still Ezreal 1, so my Ezreal just one taps that. Another Jin, dude. I think I was getting, like, kind of nervous here. I was like, why is everyone getting all the Jins? Classic EU server chat salt. We all know it. We all love it. Solution here. I think I was looking at which item gives me the most health. I was like, yeah, that's Sterak. So I ended up grabbing Sterak here. Like, I mean, no one's going to want a Sterak, right? That's a freebie. Still have my anti-heal. Not really an option here, though. Yeah, I think in hindsight, obviously, if we'd had blue buff, red buff, or redemption red buff, would have been a much better usage of my components. But we wouldn't have had as healthy as Zac, and that wouldn't have been as funny. So you got to consider the fun value. Yeah, 5, 9, 7, 8 max HP on this Zac right now. When he dies, it's like, what? 2, 3 something? I think it is true damage, honestly. I keep seeing true damage numbers pop up when they explode. I'm pretty sure it's true damage. So he does 2.4k true damage. And I think when you put it like that, it's kind of nuts. Gonna reposition it the opposite side, try and dodge this Riven. But the Riven comes into me. Oh no. But honestly, you know, looking at this, it looks pretty good. Ezreal dead on target straight away. Zac tanking it up as much as he can. Damn, what a trick shot from Ezreal again. Let's see here. Oh, she jumped. She moved out of the explosion. She's cheating. I wanted to see how much damage it would do. Oh. No, I think it's physical damage, actually. It must be physical damage. If it was true damage, wouldn't that be too broken? Narrowly clutched the fight here, though. Ezreal, obviously a pretty good match with the Riven, actually. Blue buff Ezreal is actually one of the better carries at the Riven. You really don't want Caitlyn against that unit, unless you can really one-shot it. Gonna get a TG here for the hard seal cash out. Obviously, having this hard seal Ezreal is great. I think hard seal Ezreal is generally the better headlander to get. Because it's so easy to fit in a big shot with MF and just kind of like have a nice position. Like you just get Jazz in, you know. I feel like you don't really want to... You can play 4 big shot, that's fine. But I think actually like the hard seal one here is actually way better for my overall board. Because it just lets me play this Jazz and not worry about like my traits being weird or anything. You know, I'm getting hard steel for free with the set. It's doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well. Blast across here. Fighting TF board. TF no disco. That's a weird comps this game, man. Oh, is that gonna die? Oh, 1589? Wait a sec. I don't know how that math works out. Okay, it might not be their entire max health bar. I'd have to read the tray again, but he did 1600 damage, 1600 true damage when he died, either way. That's not bad. It might be their bonus health. You know what? Let me just look this up for you guys. You know, I'm sure of what I'm talking about. It just says 40% max health. I don't know what the numbers are. Maybe it's bugged. Unless it isn't truly true damage, but it's coming up as a white number. I'm not really sure. But yeah, just ecoing here. Going for level 10. Find our first Jhin. Finally. The man, the myth. I thought it wasn't real, honestly, at this point. I haven't seen a single one. Grab a tank on him here. Actually won the skills of max HP. You know, we love those. Protector's Vow, Redemption. Warmogs, Crown Guard. Okay, maybe not Warmogs. No, Warmogs has plus % max health in it now, right? So, yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm not going to roll here. Just going to hold out. Push for the level 10. You can just see, like, I've played pretty much the same board the entire time. As soon as we hit that one Alawi, we're in a great spot. Just playing with this insane 6 Bruiser stalling. And I have, like, enough damage. Even though I only have 1 carry, I genuinely think Too Big to Fail is giving me enough extra damage. It's doing so much work. And when I say I have enough damage, I mean I do not have enough damage. This puppy is unkillable. Now, obviously, this is an Ezreal issue. You see that in the back line? Zac, 1982, I think it said. Oh, maybe he just did less because he killed the target. So it didn't do the max value. That's why it was 16, whatever. Because I think he did 1982 there in the back line. Jeez. What a beast. It's going to slow level here. 48 HP. No reason to rush. There's a Jhin 2. There was a reason to rush. We should have got Jhin 2, man. Okay, but honestly, at level 10, it's pretty impossible to miss. Surely. Still got open spat here. I'll use it someday, right? I think, spoilers, I'm pretty sure I forget that I have it, and I take something else. So fighting Jhin 2 here is honestly my nemesis. Like, he's benefiting from my comp as much as I'm benefiting from my comp, theoretically, if I had Jhin. It's like he is the Jhin. So yeah, gonna get crushed here again a little bit. Still 32 though. It's definitely 2 lives, at least. So we can definitely green one more, sack one more, level next turn. It'll be an interval as well, 44 to level. And we'll have about, let's see, I don't know. With the Heartsteel cash out as well, we can definitely get a 130. That's the other thing, is I'm also timing a Heartsteel cash out. That all worked out very well. This is the unit accelerator, right? Yeah, we're on a unit accelerator. The best part about unit accelerator is with this little legend, he rolls the chunks. They roll on unit accelerator because they're sped up. So that's really good. So actually, I really like this portal. I changed my mind. Fighting the ribbon board here, but it is a ghost. Hopefully, we should be able to beat it. Somehow Zach has ended up right in the back line. I don't know how he managed to get there. I think he wrapped actually. Oh, maybe the Zach will explode. Nope, he just survives. So actually we get a free win here. Honestly, maybe would have preferred a loss. Just for the big Heartsteel. There is a Jazz Spat. There is a Cloak. Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure I saw the Jazz Spat get taken. I don't know. You could argue I could take Jazz Spat here. I think I take Steadfast or Crown Guard. I think that's also fine. I don't know. Is Jazz that valuable on my board? Not really. It's okay. It's giving me like another 4% max HP, I think. So to get the level here, we're gonna roll. See the Chosen, or the headliner Ziggs. I'm thinking we already have Bard. It's probably fine. You just play the Jhin in place. I think Jhin 1, honestly, is as good as Ezreal 2 with this setup. It's weird to say, but I think it is kind of true. Especially because the Ezreal isn't really benefiting from the Guardbreaker that much. Oh, the Guardbreaker, the Gunblade. So we're gonna shift to the Jhin 1 here. Positioning, didn't scout. Monka S, we're fighting Riven 3 again. Riven back to back, hello? But Zac is tanking up. We got the Jhin focus already. The Zac explosion, boom! Her whole health bar disappeared. Gonna take her down. Yeah, see, Jhin, he's definitely serviceable here. Yeah, not even Jhin 2. See if we can find that in time. Could be the final round here. We're gonna get MF2, nice. And obviously Ziggs as well. Great when you have Jazz, because he just gives you 2 additional traits. Gives you the Dazzler and the Hyper Pop. And Hyper Pop isn't considered a signature, like something like Illbeats or Maestro, which obviously don't apply for Jazz. So Bard Ziggs, classic Jazz combo. Very, very common on the Fast 9 patch. So yeah, we are going to be fighting a pretty cat board here as well. Still the Aphelios 3. Made it all the way to the end. Aphelios 3 little buddies. Jazz Spat, Kane 2, Sona 2, Jhin 2. It's definitely a pretty strong board. We'll see if my Bruisers can handle it. But worst case, we will have all the time to roll after the dragon. Looking a little dicey. But then you see this Jhin Gunblade getting so much value, and Jin's ramped. Jhin versus Jhin. We snipe him out. There it is. GG's. So yeah, I think too big to fail. Definitely a really good over right now. Probably one you haven't really thought about picking too much. But I hope this this gameplay showed you why it is really good right now. And yeah, if you check the stats, it's actually really, really high average. I think it's 4.2 at pretty much every time you go pick it, which is really, it's very rare for an Augment to be effective the whole game. So yeah, going too big to fail into Bruisers, definitely very powerful. You guys should give it a try out in your games. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. If you did, make sure to leave a like. You can subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!